Brian Mason here, our third to last show of the Brian Mason Show. Not the last. Somebody just sent me a message a while ago, said, did we hear you say it's your last show? No, that's a couple of more weeks away. Next Sunday, Phil Keggy. And 2 weeks from today will be Gary Chapman, who was my first live guest.
No way.
On the program, yeah. So he'll...
Does he still live in Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
His voice, oh my gosh, it's so good.
It is.
Yeah, it is so
that
good.
song he did on, was it the Utmost Project?
Which
Man
song?
After God's Own Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when should we cut that?
It is. Yeah, we should recut Man After God's Own Heart. That would be great.
We can have
Right after we had that surgery.
You know what?
I'm going to leave
I
you
would
two
do
to
some
talk about
surgery. You know what I'm saying? I'd do some surgery.
That is a great song.
That's true. It's a great
And
song.
as wonderful and incredible a writer as Gary is, he didn't write that song. Billy Sprague.
Oh,
And I think Niles Wara. I think they both wrote that song.
Well, how about that?
And it's one that Gary says he just wasn't there to catch that song that day.
Remember Sam's Place? It was so
sure.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I loved doing
guys.
that.
I've got you guys performing on Sam's Place. I've got a disc in the,
You
in the
do?
locker.
In your archives?
In my
I
archives,
bet
yeah.
you have some major league archives.
You know, somebody said, I had lunch, and it was the funniest thing. They said, oh, now you need to write a book now. And I said,
You could have told.
I could make, the book I could write, though, I would be able to make more money on telling the people I'm going to write the book about them. And
just get bribes.
exactly.
Bribe money.
And while I'm talking, this guy's going, no, seriously, you need to write. And somebody else called me and said, have you thought about writing a book? And I thought, oh, this is way too weird.
that's
But
so funny.
no, I would, I had forgotten.
Do you
so much
save
more.
everything? Like,
Yeah, a lot to a large extent. Like the Sam's Place, I've got several of those
That's-
performances, but I do have the night you guys were on.
I mean, and do you have it archived enough? Like, you know, you can go up in 19 Sadabarahara. I had a. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've got our first interview. It's on cassette someplace.
Wow.
It's in a storage locker someplace.
my mom and David, my husband, were getting on to me this week because, you know, when you get in that mood of throwing stuff away, you
Yeah.
start throwing it away.
Yeah.
If
And
you're
I
in
tried
that
to
mode.
keep boxes of Point of Grace stuff, and along the way, and save
Right.
stuff. And some years were better than others of saving. But I cannot. They used to give a plaque for everything. I mean,
Back in the days of
everything. Back in the
plaques.
day. I mean, and so when I was cleaning out the attic this week for the garage sale, I had a big, huge stack of stuff to take to the dump.
Right.
And I have all these plaques, and I'm like, okay, we're probably never moving, or at least not for a long time. I have nowhere to put these plaques up. They're gathering dust, so I'm
Right.
going to save my gold and platinum records, like the real original, like gold and platinum records, and everything else, bye-bye. That's what I
Really?
decided. So, like, I have these random things like Epic Records presents you with, this plaque for selling 1 million albums in the mainstream. Like, all these real specific tracks. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's a big deal. Selling 1 million in the mainstream? That's not...
yeah, but it's just a
You're gonna
reason
have
to give a
build
plaque.
another house to put them up.
I mean, it was nice of them at the time. I'm not trying to be, but
Sure,
it's
yeah.
not like
You're not being
it's-
unappreciative,
No,
but-
it's just
yeah.
how many plaques can you have. So I had these stacks of all these plaques of different things to go to the dumpster, and David was like, "Babe, that's a piece of history. Like you should keep."
Yeah.
My mom was like, "I agree, but I wasn't going to say anything."
We
But I
should have put them in storage. We've got storage.
So I kept them all. I kept
Darby,
them all.
good.
Darby's got 2 rooms. She let you hang them.
No
in
doubt, I can hang him in Lee's mansion.
Yeah, you
I really could.
You could hang them in the bonus room, sure.
I
enough.
really could. I have the smallest house by like 2,000 square feet.
Not
of
including
POG.
the pool,
POG. So these girls over here, they live in these McMansions.
No, she's
Yes,
got
they
the
do. But that is a great. I'm gonna give you all my plaques.
Are you
Let you hang them in your house.
Well, I was going to say either give us the plaques
Well, I have
or
room to store them. It's not that I don't have room; they're in the attic. I just kind of thought,
let them let dust. Yeah.
And
No, I
then,
got
then
you.
I started to feel bad, and I was like,
Can we
okay.
melt them down and cash it out?
No. Oh, I have a story about that too. So I am appreciative. I'm not unappreciative, but I ended up keeping not just my records. I
Right.
kept every random-ish plaque that I have.
I know you guys won Dove Awards.
I have the Dove Awards.
Okay.
Michael was.
You don't have those tucked away, do you?
I don't have a place for I really don't have a place for those. And Michael Passons, our keyboard
Yeah.
player, was keeping our house.
Yeah.
We were out of town. He said it's really funny. I opened up to get some new sheets in the linen closet, and there's Dove Awards stacked in the linen closet.
It's the Dove Closet.
I'm serious. I'm like
Wow.
not unappreciative. I just don't like have a trophy room.
Did you guys
know?
have you guys won Grammys? I need to
We've
nominate
been
it.
nominated.
Yeah.
Those were 2 of my plaques. I had
It's
2
such an honor to be nominated.
Grammy nominated. Like, you were nominated for a Grammy. I have those in plaques. I'm like, do I keep these? Does it matter? And David's like, yes, it matters. So, yeah.
Someday.
Well, my husband Dana seems to think that there's going to be a Point of Grace museum at some point.
Well, you never know.
We're going to
You should
regret
just
not
open it
keeping
now
stuff.
in your house.
Ooh, and charge a ticket.
And charge a ticket for your neighbors. That's right.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
do
I
that.
think you should.
Anything to supplement the income.
Listen, I got to know.
We're yard selling. We're turning in gold. We're doing whatever.
Well, I
needs
was
to be
going to
done.
say, she said turn
Yes.
them in. Okay, so you know how those people are standing on the side of the road and turn in your gold here or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I was cleaning out a chest in my cleaning out stuff this week in my garage, and it was like David's high school basketball jersey and like our high school yearbooks and stuff, and so I was putting them all but then there was some stuff in there that I didn't want to keep, and so I was kind of
separating.
And I looked down at the bottom of it, and there was this old green jewelry bag that they used to be popular to carry your jewelry in. My mom had made me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think that's where my gold bracelets are. And used to there used to be popular as like 14 karat gold bangle bracelets like years ago. And I knew back a long time ago, one of my friends was getting into having those home gold parties, and I hosted one for her, and I only could find a couple of things. I'm like, where are those bracelets? Like, I know I didn't throw them away, but maybe I did. Maybe I sold them for a quarter at a garage sale. I just didn't know. Yeah. There they were.
My goodness.
Gold is at an all-time high. I took them to my friend. She just has a little office down. $700.
You're kidding.
No.
And you could have easily sold them in the garage sale for a quarter.
And I wouldn't have now, but in the back in the day, when it wasn't. And I was like, my mom's like, you need to bring those in. I'm like, this could be a jackpot. So I started my garage sale $700 up.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? It was like my high school class ring, and then like 3 gold bangles.
To that? No,
I'm telling. I was going to throw away my platinum record. So what can I say?
Well,
I have no sentimentality.
That's a good point. Really, because you strike me as a sentimental person. I mean, I get the clutter and going.
Yeah, I think I was in one of those moods. I
Okay.
am. I have a whole big, I have a lot of Caroline stuff saved, and I have tons of Point of Grace stuff. Tons. I mean, I really do. But I think I was just in one of those moods. But I'm glad they stopped me.
Ridding out.
Anyway,
It's good for the soul.
just trying to clean out.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go.
All right. It's 1 minute before 8 o'clock on Mix 92.9 WJXA Nashville. Point of Grace in the studio with us. That would be Shelley and Leigh. Denise not with us this morning, but that's okay. That's okay. We still think a lot of her. More with the ladies coming up in a couple of moments, and a telephone call from out of state we'll be getting before the end of this hour as well. Stay right where you are on our third to last program of the Brian Mason Show on Mix 92.9.